Good afternoon. Today is 17th of December and it's a beautiful weather in Gran Canaria, so let me show you. Amazing. It's a great place to spend winter, on the motorbike. And so today I decided to take one of the bikes of my friend Andre from Canary Ride, the rental service, the KTM Duke 390, and show you what is the shape of the bike, how it works after 18,000 kilometers. So let's go for a short trip and let's find out. So welcome again to Gran Canaria. There is Las Palmas, and I visited my friend's rental company, Canary Ride, and took this beauty for a short trip. This is KTM Duke 390, model year 2017, and it has now 18,500 kilometers on the clock. And my goal today is to share with you all the necessary costs of this bike and everything we changed, and if anything was happened to the bike. So to offer you all the information if you are thinking about having one of these bikes. So first of all, it was in the service 3 times, on 1,000, the regular service meeting, 8,000 and 16,000 to change the oil. And all these services was quite cheap, I would say. Very good news. Despite that, or except that, no problems at all with the bike whatsoever. If you look at it from the point of view of, for example, fuel consumption, it has 3.6 liters in the long term, which is very good, I have to say. We exchanged, it's a rental bike, so there are sometimes small problems, so we exchanged a few things. There are some minor things such as the cover of the exhaust and a few other parts, and I found that these parts from KTM were very cheap. This is very good news. Also, we see here that we changed the rear tire twice and the front tire once, so there is third one and second on the front. And I think this is quite okay, because it's a rental bike, and it's the KTM is constructed to have fun on it, and I have to say that probably a lot of people just ride it full throttle, so it's not that bad in the end. Brake pads, they are still original, good. And the chain kit was replaced in 16,000 kilometers. It was absolutely KO, and I have to say that this is probably under the average. And if they try to save some money on this bike, it's probably not the engine or electronic systems or anything like that. It's all like new. But the chain kit is something you need to replace quite often, or to buy some aftermarket part which provides probably more quality. So this is what we found. One thing which is the weakness of the 2017, and good to mention it, is the radiator, or actually the fan, which is working quite often. Just turn it on quite often, and it's the disadvantage of 2017. But they changed it and they fixed it for 2018. But despite that, I think the bike, when you ride it, feels like new. If I do the blind test and then ride it with 18,000 kilometers on the clock and the new, I wouldn't see any difference or anything on the suspension, brakes, engine. Everything is like new. And to to clarify that, I'll take it now for a short ride. So let's go. So let's take the KTM Duke 390 to some corners and curves of Gran Canaria, because that's where it belongs, and that's where it should be. And I have to tell you that this is not only one of the best bikes in the category, I believe, and this is my long-term basically opinion, but I think it's more than that. And this year I tested about, I think, 50 bikes on YouTube, very in-depth. I spent about 60,000 kilometers in the saddle, and I have to tell you that this bike is one of the really best, and especially if you take into account the price, which in the Czech Republic is 130,000 Czech crowns, and in euros about, I don't know, maybe 5,000. But for this one you'll get enormously fun bike, which you can actually commute on. Oh my. I would like to go. Just a moment. You can commute very easily, no problems. But then when it comes to corners, you can enjoy like on way more expensive bike really. The combination of the very potent single cylinder, this engine is just a gem. The single cylinder 390cc, about 45 horsepower, and also the combination with the weight 149 dry weight means that this bike is created to make its owner smiling all day long. I love it. And you know, again, I rode a lot of liter bikes or bikes with I don't know, maybe 100 or 150 horsepower, but when I sit on this, after that I still laughing so loudly. And sometimes even more, to be completely honest with you. Great. And actually, probably Gran Canaria also plays their own part on these feelings, because the locals' corners and the roads, and on the whole Canary Islands and the Tenerife as well, it's just really good. And I highly recommend you to come to visit us one day. Wow. Oh yeah. So as you can see, this bike has 16,000 or 18,000 kilometers on the clock, and I showed you that for this price you will get bike not only really fun to ride, not only really potent, fast, but also it seems so far quite reliable. At least this unit from 2017, no problems at all. Also very economical. The consumption is 3.6 liters per 100 kilometers, which is great. And if you subscribe to my channel, if you follow my next videos, you will see how it works on another 10,000 or another 20,000 kilometers to give you the full picture. So thank you very much, and if you have any questions about this bike or about Gran Canaria, don't hesitate to ask. I am here for you. Thank you and goodbye. I'm going to ride like this is my last day, which is not.